Hello again from my study. Welcome to Unit 7, the first of the units in the second half of the course. In this unit, you're going to examine the origins and early development of the three successor civilizations to Rome. Two of these civilizations you've already met, or at least sort of met. The first is the Germanic Roman kingdoms that spring up after the disintegration of central authority in the western half of the Roman Empire, something that begins with the terrible 3rd century and culminates in 476 CE. The second of these civilizations is the successor of Rome, Byzantium, the Byzantine Empire, which basically begins, for all intents and purposes, when Constantine divides the Roman Empire into eastern and western halves, and which is going to continue all the way up to the fall of Constantinople in the mid-15th century. The third civilization, however, is new. It is Arab and it is Muslim. It emerges, of course, with the founding of Islam on the Arabian Peninsula in the mid-7th century CE. And for the next couple of hundred years, in fact, it's going to be the most dynamic of all of the civilizations that we take a look at. The reality is that Western civilization, through most of the Middle Ages, is sort of a backwater in terms of cultural civilization, or in terms of culture and civilization. Islamic civilization is really far more advanced than anything that we see in the West. Because of this, and because Islam and Muslims have an important impact on medieval civilization, it's important that you know a little bit about the founding of Islam, the early history of Islam, and the connection between church and state in Islamic society. So most of the videos in this unit actually focus on Islam and the early spread of Islamic civilization. There's a little bit less in terms of Byzantium and even less on the Western European successor states. Throughout all of the videos, and as you read the textbook, what I hope you'll keep in mind is the overarching question that you need to think about for this chapter, and that is, what are the similarities and what are the differences between these three successor states of Rome, and equally important, what aspect of Roman civilization did these civilizations incorporate into their own, and what aspects of Roman civilization did they reject? I think the answers might surprise you. So, happy viewing, good reading, and as is always the case, if you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to get in touch.